if you look up on the monitor, you can see the building we're standing in right now. And if you look above this roof, you can see a rock overhang. And that is the rock shelter itself, okay? It kind of works like your front porch at home. You're standing underneath that rock overhang. If this roof wasn't here, we would be protected from the rain by that rock overhang. And but it doesn't have any sides necessarily, so there isn't anything blocking the weather from coming in sideways. So that's why it's not a cave, that's why it's a rock shelter. And so if this roof wasn't above us, and we were standing anywhere behind that light back there, you'll be able to see it better when you go up top. But if we were standing anywhere behind that light, we would be protected from the rain underneath the rock overhang, okay? And that's what we call a drip line. Now, over the thousands of years, the drip line has moved back, okay? So 16,000 years ago, when people first started using this site as a campsite, and my iPad just decided to reboot. Okay, there we go. The original drip line came all the way out to here. So the rock overhang was much larger at one point, and over the thousands of years, the pieces of the roof have fallen off, and that has pushed the drip line back further and further to where it currently is now. So right over here, that giant rock there fell off of the roof about 12,000 years ago or so. And then about 1,500 years ago, that rock fell off the top, which basically put the drip line to where it is currently, okay? Now, like I said earlier, people have been using this site for thousands of years as a campsite, even up into the historic period. So there are quite a few people who live in the current town of Avella, which is the closest town to this spot, who remember coming here as kids and playing along the cliff face and also camping out, having some parties up here. One of those people would have been Albert Miller, the late Albert Miller. And he was walking along this cliff face in the 1950s. His family owned this land. And he found a groundhog hole in the back corner, right about there. And he had always been interested in Native Americans and history, and he couldn't resist the temptation of the groundhog hole because he had always thought that this site might have been used by the Indians. And he dug a little bit deeper into that groundhog hole and actually found some artifacts not so far from the surface, about 2 feet down. He covered that hole back up, didn't tell anyone about what he had found because he knew if he told a lot of the locals, they would come out here and they would start digging to find their own stuff, and that would ruin the archaeological context of the site. But he did begin the long process of trying to find someone to come, an actual archaeologist to come out here and do the dig. It took him 17 years to get someone finally interested enough to come out here and do a dig, and that person was Dr. James Adavasio. So he brought out his students here in the 1970s, and they started the dig. You'll see both of those two gentlemen in the video that I'm about to play for you all. And while the video is playing, the lights overhead will highlight different parts of the different features in the site, so you want to be paying attention to both the monitors and the lights, okay?
Okay.